Hello Pisces, welcome to your November 2018 reading, Scorpio season, 9th house activity for you. Couple of announcements, okay? First of all, I have annual 2019 readings available on my website if you guys want to check that out. Also, they'll be alongside the comprehensive, just like totally normal. And I have been doing this for 3 years, so I'm going to be changing my format just a little bit. Instead of showing the cards like I always do, I'm just going to be doing like this talking head thing, the way I've been doing my weekly bumps, for those of you who watch that. So just changing it up a little bit. This Venus retrograde has been extraordinarily potent for me, but not in an emotional way, thank God. It's been in the sense of money, because Scorpio is in my second house. Money and professionalism and what I'm doing for work, and it's been a reinvention for sure. And I really had to ask myself like what I needed tarot to be, like what did my tarot channel really have to be in my life, because I've really just been doing this for fun, pretty much more than anything, because I have like a real job too. So this has just been something fun, and I had to really ask myself what this really was all about. So I'm making changes. So anyway, with all that said, I know you guys don't really care. Here's the 9 of Cups coming out for you, which is amazing. Look, Pisces, you have paid your dues, have you not? I mean, you've done the dirty work. You've gone through the hard stuff with others. You've gone deep into your soul. You've gone to like other realms, other worlds, both externally, like way up into the cosmos, and internally way deep down into your heart. And now is time for you to just find peace. And I feel like this 9 of Cups is about pride, having that sense of pride in what it is that you've accomplished, having a sense of honor in your life, and perceiving your past experiences in a totally different kind of way. Your past experiences were not anything that happened to you. You know, it was all very purposeful. It was all stuff that your soul kind of knew going in, all right? And there's a weird air of acceptance of what's going on. 9th house activity. I love 9th house activity. It's some of my favorite like transits, right? Because you have the opportunity to see. Right? It's Jupiter ruled. It's all about the 7th chakra up here. It's about enlightenment. And it is about taking your spirituality to like a whole new place. So here you are. Whether you feel happy with what's happened or not is kind of irrelevant. It's more about owning it and saying, yes, this is my life. This was a part of my experience here. Okay, so let's see how this manifests. Let's see how this can be usable, or really what this is all for. Scorpio season is transformative. Okay. See? It's so weird. Sometimes I feel like I don't know how things connect in my life, really. Like I'm reading a book and then I post it on Facebook or on Instagram, and then I get cards that talk about that exact same thing that I just posted like 2 days ago. So the 5 of Cups is a feeling of loss or sorrow. It's a feeling of sadness, but really what it is a loss of your old self. And I just posted on Instagram, it's like the cost of your new life is your old life. And here you are, 8 of Cups, moving on, moving forward into your new life, which is a 9 of Cups. There's no sense in mourning who you were. I mean, you can spend time and effort in that. But the whole point of a 5 of Cups is to see the silver lining, to remain optimistic about that stuff, and to remain faithful that life will take you where it needs you to go, the way it always has. You know, like if you look at your life right now, and if you're safe, and if you have, you know, a full belly, and you have water to drink, and you have shelter, and you have, you know, enough to survive, if you have that stuff, what else do you need? I feel a sense of serenity here, and a feeling of acceptance of just what is. and a feeling of like really taking your hands off that wheel and saying, I'm reminded of that Carrie Underwood song, like Jesus Take the Wheel. It's like letting your hands off the driving wheel and just letting the car go forward the way it needs to go and letting it all pan out exactly the way it needs to. There's like really a lot of faith going on here. And again, 9th house, of course. Venus retrograde in there. So you have a renewed sense of faith. A renewed sense of your spirituality. I didn't really think about you guys and this Venus transit, but really that's a beautiful transit between your 8th and 9th houses, even the 8th house. I mean, it does run really, really deep. No wonder we're getting the cups coming out for the emotions, and no wonder we're getting the hermit coming out now. The higher self, right? The wise man within you. We all have a wise man within us, all of us. We all have a Buddha. That's what Buddhism is, right? Finding that Buddha within you. And this is wisdom. The hermit can be harsh because I know that we do push, and your opposite sign is Virgo, so this is very much a part of you. Always pushing yourself to be perfect. Always pushing for the perfect relationship. Always pushing for the perfect career and the perfect everything. But when a wise man becomes wise, he sees the perfection in the imperfections. He sees the perfection in exactly what you are right now. He sees perfection in the loss and in the movement. You guys are becoming spiritual leaders in a very profound way. At this point in time, I feel like you guys have stuff to give now. Like, not to the person that hurt you, right? Not in that kind of way, but now it's time for you to share your knowledge. It's time for you to connect with people that have the same kind of experience, or who are going through the same kind of experience that you've just recently been through, and helping them through it. Because as you help others, you help yourself. And you will see that when you're talking to other people, you're really just talking to yourself. And you'll see the oneness of how it all is interconnected. Whether that's, you've just recently shut down a business, you've recently broken up with someone. This reading couldn't be any more beautiful. I mean, it's like fairy tales all over the place. And here we have the sun, which is bright and brilliant. The sun is the brilliance within you. And it is the courage that you need to get you to where you're going. Don't be afraid of the dark here, because the sun is right around the corner, just like it always is. It's the faith in the system, the faith in the cycle. So if you're struggling financially, don't worry. If you're struggling emotionally, don't worry. There are absolutely brighter days. Venus retrograde is no one's favorite thing, believe me. Especially, Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Especially if you're around my age, give or take several years, right? I'm 33, born in 1985. And like that, the Venus retrograde is happening over your Pluto. Like, oh my gosh, it's deep, guys. It's super deep. So if you're, feeling that, well, then you're getting a double whammy of the Scorpio shit. So the sun is there, absolutely, 100%, supporting your decisions, supporting your movement, supporting this choice, supporting your soul. What's happening, what I'm seeing is happening is you are connecting with your mothership. Right? Like maybe you were kind of lost at sea. You guys know in the old days when they used to have a mother ship, right? The big ship and then all the little ships that would follow. Your mothership is your soul. I'm stealing that from an Oprah thing, by the way. What else? Keeping your head down and doing the work. Another Virgo thing, just, there's really no sense in wallowing at this point. If you are creative, be creative. If you are workhorse, go to work. If you like being at home, be at home and create beauty in your home. Whatever it is that you can do to get out of your head, because this can be consuming, right? Like I'm only getting one, like I'm getting the Sun, I'm getting the Hermit, but I mean, this is a pretty mellow reading, surprisingly. But this can be dramatic for people when they are having a really hard time seeing the silver lining in something, when they're having a hard time seeing what good could possibly come from this situation or these emotions, right? What good could possibly come from these tears? You don't need to have the answer right now, right? You just have to have faith that the answer will come. And eventually you'll be far enough in the future that you'll be able to look back and connect the dots. You know, you don't have to search for meaning in absolutely everything at this juncture, because sometimes even the meaning that you extract at a time like this is probably not the real meaning anyway. It's just the meaning that you give to something simply because you need that kind of existential reasoning, but you don't. You can just let yourself feel it, and you can just let yourself observe the feeling and let yourself move past the feeling. And when you do the mundane things, when you get into the world, right, out of the emotions, out of all the cups and into the world, into the physical manifestation of your creation, you do start to understand how they are interconnected, how the spiritual world cannot exist without the physical world, right? That is the contrast. And you can't just have one. The Taoists call it the way, right? And we have the tree of life, the Kabbalah tree of life, right? One side represents the material, the other side represents the spiritual, and you need to be in the middle. Life is always this counterbalance, right? It's always this balancing of getting too far this way and then, moving that, and then you have to kind of overcorrect a little bit. This is you correcting, because clearly it's been, been a lot of cups. We need the coins. Go out into the garden if you like to garden. Go be of service to someone. Like I said, you guys have so much to offer right now because of just what all this stuff you've gone through and you've been through. I highly suspect that you are very seriously reevaluating, what you do in life. You're seriously reevaluating your professionalism. I mean, pretty much everything is under the microscope at this point. And for some of you, that's taking your current career to the next level. You don't have to completely switch industries or whatever. But here you are saying, okay, what's my purpose? What can I really be doing in this world to make it better and to make my life better and all this? Well, here, it's just about doing that one thing a day, right? Setting those goals and achieving them and working on the compound interest, so to speak. I think I said that in one of the other signs too. Like one little effort a day eventually builds up into massive progress. So here's just that one little thing a day working up to massive progress. Okay. Queen of Cups. I didn't want to hold this up with the Eight of Coins because they are somewhat, kind of opposite in what I'm saying. However, this is exactly what you are. The grounded, serene, hopefully serene, beautiful person that you are. The giving nature that you just naturally have. If you're not afraid of that giving nature, I know there are a lot of cross watchers who are like, oh no, my Pisces is so slippery. He just disappears. I can't hang on to him. This is not really meant for those kinds of people, right? Because people that aren't living up to their ultimate self, you can't really put them into a box. You can't put anyone into a box. I do my readings for people who are trying to work on themselves, who are trying to be the absolute best version of themselves that they can possibly be. And for the beautiful Pisces out there, the ones that recognize their energies, who understand their talents and their capabilities, here you are sitting on your throne. This is a beautiful kind of contrast here to people, two energies, the two things within you, both sitting on their thrones. And in spite of the wallowing or the sadness or whatever is coming here, remember, it's time for you to be really proud of what you've attained, to sit with honor, to sit on that throne with honor, and to like hold on to that trauma, hold on to that, and not in like a, you know, a negative kind of way, but hold on to that and own it and say, yes, this is my story, and I am proud to have lived this story. It is unique, it is special, and it has shaped me to who I am to be. And because of that, and I always say this with her, right? She's got the only, of all the court cards in the tarot, she is the only one that has a symbol that is different than all the rest, right? Like you get a King of Wands, his wands look the same, but her cup does not look like all the other cups. She is literally holding a holy grail. She literally is holding the key to everything she needs. And so are you, holding the key to her future, holding the key to tomorrow, and knowing that that key exists within her heart. And no matter what your romantic partnership is doing, no matter who you're associating with that's toxic and negative, and no matter what the reason for that Five of Cups, and no matter what the reason why you're walking away, the fact of the matter is you are the answer. And the minute that you start surrendering to life, the minute that you start giving in to what life really wants to give you, is the minute that you start experiencing so much prosperity and so much bounty to a degree that you can't imagine today. And we get the Page of Cups reversed. Why am I feeling like this Emperor is someone that is causing the Five of Cups? Because your back is turned to him. Weirdly, I think this is a good person, but emotionally unavailable. Someone that cannot be controlled, cannot be contained. They are completely in their own world, right? I mean, this is literally couldn't be more different. We have the blue of the Queen and the red of the Emperor. I mean, they really are coming at the world from a totally different perspective. There's no congruency here. And keep your eyes on your keys, okay? If you need to abandon an opportunity, that's fine. It's going to work out okay. If you need to go into your Pisces nap time, whatever it is you need to do, that's fine. You know, this Emperor is on his own plane. Now, I normally see this as a good person, so it's not like it's a bad person. It's just you're just different, and whatever is causing these differences is just not. Maybe it's not reconcilable. Maybe it's not worth it. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to be doing love readings. I'm debating. It's part of my kind of professional thing that I'm doing. So if this is a romantic thing, within the next couple of months, I'll probably be doing like a weekend love thing, just really quick for all the signs. So kind of keep you posted on that. But, you know, for right now, the Emperor is giving me a very cold vibe, and he's not really saying what, you know, we need him to say. And there's not a lot of communication, or whatever communication there is, it is seeming to fall short. This is someone that requires a great deal of depth, and this is someone that doesn't really have a lot of depth. This is someone that searches for emotional connection. This is someone that doesn't really kind of care or really know what that is. You can see the heart on the shoulder there that's turned upside down. You can see the armor that he's wearing. I mean, he's just a good person, probably really productive, contributes a lot, goes to work, does their thing, you know, and all that, but it's not the right fit, right? This person needs an emotionally detached person kind of thing, which you are not. There's no way. It's not possible. There's no Pisces in the world that is emotionally detached unless they're like completely repressing emotions, right? So you just need to be aware that this person just is not at this time. This is temporary, right? At this time is not prepared to offer you the things that I think you need. And maybe this is really what you're walking away from. Maybe this is really what you are shedding, right? This kind of idea of what could have been. We'll clarify the Emperor in the comprehensive. A lot to clarify. Page of Cups reversed, 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Let me pull out the remaining 3 cards to see what's going on there. Just kind of as a side reading. Yeah, letting go. 2 cards suggesting letting go. 2 cards suggesting releasing yourself from something. Now it's time to put this lesson and this experience to good use. As the sun moves into Sagittarius in your 10th house, 10th house is I use. That's the mantra for the 10th house, I use. So as you come to a point of understanding this month in November and move into December, you're going to be able to have that opportunity to figure out how you can use this experience. Oh, amazing. 10 of Cups we get. Let's start with the 10 of Cups here, which is about the ultimate fulfillment, you know, the emotional fulfillment that I know that you seek. And we get the 10 of Cups. It's happy, it's prideful, the good kind of pride, the honor kind, connected very closely with this. This is the epitome of someone who is so fulfilled and so contained within themselves that they have nowhere else to go, but kind of it's the cup runneth over idea. And absolutely, it's not going to be the way that you think it's going to happen. And it might not be with the person that you think it's going to happen with, but it's going to happen. That love is going to happen. That career growth is going to happen. That shift, that change that you want is going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind. Because what's happening as you are shifting your frequency, as you are coming to that hermit quality, you are releasing this is so exciting. You are releasing yourself from that emotional attachment. You're releasing yourself from that ego as well. Yes, Pisces, you do have an ego. We all have one. We all have that, you know, kind of yammering away in our ear, that in our mind, you know. It's always talking to us, telling us what we like, what we don't like, and like, this is who I am, and all this ego-driven stuff. And here, I think that with this experience, you have learned more about your ego, and you've learned not necessarily to listen to that all the time. There's a time when your ego is good and it does you a lot of favors, and there is a time when it is not good. And you have come in contact with a time when your ego has not served you, and now it is time to release it entirely because you are waiting for the 10 of Cups. Right? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what we all want anyway? You know, the 10 of Cups, that ultimate happiness and joy. I mean, that's definitely what I want, you know? and now it's time. It's time for you to start seeing those benefits filtering into your life one by one. It's absolutely time for that. So there's amazing stuff on the docket for you, Pisces. Beautiful. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. For the comprehensives, I will put the camera down. You'll see all the cards, just like how I always do the comprehensives. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to have you. If not, then I'll see you next month. Thanks so much. Bye.